Hey, what's guys? I'm doing a Vylon Timelord deck file. So if you guys saw my video that I uploaded earlier today, I posted in the comments that I was gonna make a Vylon Timelord build, and I was gonna do combos with it for you guys to show you guys what I can do. Um, so yeah. So 3 Vylon Hept and 3 Vylon Vanguard. You mainly just use them for a synchro summon. You don't use them for the effect. At least I don't anyway. But yeah. So Hept can special a Vylon monster from your crypt, from your spell trap zone, and then banish it when released the field. And then Vanguard, when he's destroyed by a card effect while you control equipped cards equipped to him, you draw one card for each. So, but yeah, you mainly just use them for synchro summoning. So yeah, and then 3 Vylon Cube. So when he's used for a synchro summon for a light synchro monster, like Sigma, you add a equip card from your deck to your hand. So yeah, and then 3 Vylon Prism. So when he's sent from the monster zone to the grave, you target a monster on the field and then equip it to it, and then that monster gains 1,000 attack during damage step only. So yeah. And then 2 Vylon Spear. So when he's sent to a grave, you pay 500 life points to equip it, and Prism has the same effect where you pay 500 life points to equip. So you equip this to a Vylon monster, and then you can send it, and then target one equipped spell in your graveyard, and then equip that card to it instead. So it's pretty cool. So 2 Tetras, Tetra, Tesseract, and this guy all do the same thing. Where if the monster that this is equipped to would be destroyed, you can destroy this card instead. So yeah. So it's pretty much just protection. So now for the Time Lords. 3 Time Maiden, special it, tribute it, search out for a Time Lord. So yeah. 2 Camion, 2 Zephion, and 2 Sadion. These are just in here to help you stall until you get what you need, and then you can go off. Camion just helps with getting rid of problematic stuff. Sadion or Zephion helps with getting rid of back row, and then Sadion helps restore your life. So, but yeah, that's mainly what they're in here for, is just stall. So, yeah. So that's basically it for the monsters. Now for the spells. So 3 Violent Element. So when your equipped spells are destroyed, this triggers letting you special a tuner Violent monster from your deck, which is really good. Which there's actually 2 different loops that you can do with it that involves that card that I've figured out. I mean, other people have figured it out as well, but the second one that you can do with it, I actually came up with. So it's pretty cool. So 2 material. Basically, the equipped monster gains 600 attack. Component. This gives it piercing damage. Segment. This protects your Vinyl monster from being targeted by monster effects and targeted by trap effects. So, which is pretty nice. And then component or filament. This makes your Vinyl monster basically a inch ear to where they can't activate exposure traps until the end of the damage step. So, yeah. And then 3 Vylon Matter. You shuffle 3 equip spells from your grave into your deck, and then you either draw 1 card or destroy 1 card in the field. So, yeah. And then 2 Raw Science Chaos. I decided to run 2 just because it's a perfect ratio, and I can honestly just search it, so it doesn't bother me. 2 Hate Grenade, just to make sure that your place go off. Monster Reborn, and then Soul Charge. So, yeah. So that's basically it for the main deck. It's 46, 48 cards, something like that. So, yeah. So, 2 Sigma. So, if this is the only card on the board, on your side of the board, and you attack with it, you equip a equip card from your deck. Yeah, from your deck to discard face up. So, yeah. And then 2 Delta. So basically, if this card's in defense during the end phase, you get to search for a equip card and add it from your deck to your hand. So it's pretty nice to help add anything that you need, especially Chaos. So yeah. And Epsilon. So while your equips are equipped to this, this protects your equips from being destroyed by card effects. Or being targeted by card effects, anyway. So, which makes it really, really quite nice. And then 2 Alpha. So while this card's equipped with equip cards, this card can't be destroyed by spells or traps. So, which is pretty nice. So, and then 2 Omegas. So he basically negates martial effects by sending a equip card that's equipped to us to the grave. So, and then you can target a monster in the grave and then equip to it. So you can equip any one of your union monsters or like Tetra or anything like that. So he's really, really quite good. And then 2 De Sigma, just in case, just another card to go into. So, never made them, but still there just in case. And then Deco Talker. So, but, yeah. So, that's basically it for the main deck. Now I'm going to zoom out and show you guys the 2 combos I can do with it. So my pure Vylons is basically what you guys saw, minus the Timelords, and then I have these in it, so. But yeah, so now for the combo that I'm going to show you guys. I'll show you guys the one with Machine Dupe first, because that one's actually really unique, and I actually came up with that one. It's really tricky to get it to go off, but it's really pretty cool. So basically what you do is you know some this guy, and then you machine dupe. So you bring out another one. Here, let me just get this to make it a lot more easier for me. So there's that. And then there's that. Alright, so you bring out another one of him. Where'd he go? There we go. Sorry, guys. So you bring out another one of him. And then you go element material on, or chaos on this, and then material. Now, let me try to zoom this over just a little bit. Yeah. There we go. So you guys can see what I'm actually doing. So So since Raw Silence is equipped and the material, this will be destroyed because of Raw Silence. And then chain 1, chain 2. So you special a tuner for your deck because of element, and then you search for a Vylon equip spell. Or a Vylon spell. So basically, since I have 8 equip spells, I can bring out 8 monsters in basically one turn. So basically what you want to do is go, here, let me tuck this up a little bit. There we go. So basically you want to bring out cube, second cube, and then 1 prism. So you sacrifice these 3 for decode. So there's decode. I'm just going to say it right there, so that way you guys can see. And then what you do next is you bring out prism and double spear. So that's 3 more monsters, so that's 6. And then you synchro for what is it? Epsilon, and then you use the 2 spears and Epsilon to make Omega. Now I'm sure you guys are probably thinking like, how are you gonna make another Omega? You have a level 4 and 2 more monsters I can bring out. Well, that's what I'm about to show you guys. So I'm sure you guys are probably thinking like, how are you gonna bring out 2 tuners and still have a Vylon monster? Well, Prism would be over here, and then Tetra. So Prism is a tuner, and Tetra is a tuner. So that makes it up for the 2 tuners, and then there's a non-tuner. So there's that, and then you make another Omega. And so, but before you do that, you go with all the other effects, like with Spear, and so you can have like, segment on one Omega and segment on like another, and then you have Tetra on one, and then Tetra on the other one. So yeah, you can basically do that. So that's the one combo, and that's just with 5 cards. Because I will actually show you what the 5 cards is. So it's Element, Chaos, where are they? This guy, which is a machine dupe, and then just a Vylon equip spell. So that's basically what you use for the first combo. And then you can basically repeat the same thing, but with minus those, and with another Vylon, and Soul Charge. So, yeah, you can basically repeat the same thing, which I'll be showing you guys how that works as well. So, basically, you make the same synchro monsters and do the same plays. So, normal, and then element, Chaos, and then the Vylon equip, and then you repeat the same pattern as what I did with the first one. So you go, and then this is the Soul Charge, but you want to hang on to that. So you go, try one of those, and that's all the equip spells in that stack. And then Prism and Cube. So you link those, or send those for Decode. And then you bring out Prism and both Spears. Go those into Epsilon, and then you go that into Omega, and then you use Soul Charge for 3, the Epsilon, and then the 2 Spheres, and then you Synchro again for another Omega. So, but yeah, so that's basically the combo, the 2 combos that you can do with the deck. There's plenty more, but those are the 2 main ones. And so my voice is about to go out, but yeah. So these would go, and then you can still have Segment equipped, Tetra equipped, and still have like another Segment over here and Tetra over here equipped to this one. So, but yeah. So that's basically it for the Vylon Timelord deck file plus combos. I know it can be easily outed and stopped, but to have that potential is really, really quite cool. So, but yeah. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Later.